Welcome back, guys. Today I'm going to show you how to do a really simple weaving project involving paper. It's going to help you strengthen your weaving skills and help you get better at weaving. All right, let's get started. All right, the things you will need for this project are 2 pieces of paper, a pair of scissors, a ruler, and I like to use a pencil or a pen. But we're going to put one of the pieces of paper aside for now, and we're just going to focus on this one. So you're going to do a lot of measuring with this, so you need to pay very close attention. So what I usually like to do is I usually like to start off by having my paper vertical, not horizontal, vertical. And then you are going to take your ruler, and what I do is I just make sure that the top of my ruler is at the top of my paper. And then I draw a line. So now we have this nice line up at the top here that we've drawn. What we're going to do now is we're going to measure how long our paper is. Our paper is about 9 inches. So I'm going to do every 2 inches because this is a very introductory weaving project. So we're just going to do every 2, well, we'll do every inch, okay? And so you're just going to make a mark at every inch. And then we're going to go all the way to the bottom of our paper, and we're going to do the exact same thing. Measure it up and make a mark at every inch. Okay. Now I'm going to turn my paper horizontal because if you notice, these lines start to match up. And what we're going to do is we're going to connect those lines. Okay, I got some lines on my desk here. That's okay though. So, now that we have this is where you are going to set this one aside, and we're going to take this paper, okay? And what we're going to do is we are going to hold it horizontal. So, just like this paper, we're going to draw some lines, but we're not going to do that top line, okay? The reason I did the top line here is because this will help keep this paper together. We're going to cut these into a bunch of strips. So what we're going to do is we're going to measure the top, and it is about 12 inches. And we're just going to go every inch, just like we did last time. Do the same thing. You can kind of see my lines up here at the bottom. Mark every inch. And then, just like we did last time, we're going to connect all of those lines. So you can kind of see the lines here. So to kind of go into a little bit of weaving vocabulary, loom is what you weave on, and your fibers are what you weave on the loom. So this will be your loom, and these will be your fibers. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to take and we're going to cut our fibers off so we have some nice even strips. Now that we have our fibers cut up, we're going to set them aside. Now we're going to come over here. Now if you remember, I had you draw this line at the top. This line is known as the stop line. So when you cut, you're going to cut from the bottom and you're going to cut all the way up here, but when you get to this line, you're going to stop, okay? So we're going to cut all the way up, and then when we get to this line, we will stop, okay? So you should have it connected to this top line still, and you're going to do that for every single one of these lines. All right, you can put your scissors away because we're done with them. So now you should have this kind of like almost hula skirt looking thing. So now we begin the weaving part. You can get glue for this or tape for this next part. I prefer using glue just because it's easier for me to use. Some of you are probably like, okay, that's great, but I think I cut past the stop line and now I have two pieces. Well, tape is a wonderful thing. So if you accidentally cut past the stop line and cut it in half, just smush your two pieces together and tape them together and you're good as new. So this next part, we're going to involve a weaving technique known as over and under. So this will be your first one and this will be your second one. So we're going to go over number 1. So when we go over, and we're going to go all the way to the top, okay? We're going to go over this first one. Now, if we went over the first one, what are we going to do next? We're going to go under the second one. So you're going to take the second flap right here, and you're just going to lift it up, and you're going to put your paper underneath it. Okay? So we went over and under, and now we're going to go over. So what I usually do is I lift up that second one again, and just make sure that that purple piece goes over the third one. Okay, now we're starting to get kind of a cool pattern going. And then we went over, and you guessed it, under is the next step. So you're going to just go under that one right there. Excellent. All right. And we went over, under, and now we're going to go back over. So just lift that flap up and make sure it goes over. Awesome. And then we went over, under. Yes, we're going to go under and then over the next one. And just like that one, we're going to go under this one and over the last one. And you want to make sure that it's all nice and squished up at the top there. So we went over, under, and over. Now, we want this strip of paper to stay in its spot. So what I usually do is I usually grab some glue or tape, and I have glue right here, and I just put a dot right there at the end. And then I take my other piece and I put a dot right there at the end. Before you put glue on, make sure that your line is squished all the way up to the top. Okay, now we're going to take the second piece of paper, okay, and we want to make kind of like a checkerboard pattern. So when we do that, if we went over to start, are we going to go over again? No, because it looks the exact same. So what you're going to do is you're going to go under to start, okay? And then you go under, and then the second one, you obviously go over. And then the third one, under, and then over. And then, again, under and over. Under, whoops, over, and last but not least, if I can lift it up, under. Now, you like the first one, you want to make sure that this gets smushed up to the top. Okay, now I can't glue the front part here, but I can flip this over. I can make sure it's nice and squished, and I can put glue on the back or tape. And I just need a little dot of glue. And another little dot of glue. And if you notice, now it's starting to form this almost checkerboard pattern. And you're going to keep repeating this until you finish. Okay? If you notice that yours kind of doesn't look like a checkerboard pattern and you have two that are in the same spot, you probably just have to do the opposite. Instead of going over, you just need to go under. All right? You can pause the video when I'm done to see what this looks like at the end. Great work, guys. This turned out really cool. You can use this as a placemat now, or you can just color on it and give it to your mom or dad, or hang it on your refrigerator. Wait for the glue to dry first. Great job, guys. Awesome work, guys. This looks fabulous. I love weaving so much, and now that you know how to paper weave, you can use the same with string. It's just going over and under and over and under. Okay? I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please like it or subscribe. See you later, guys. Bye.